So like I said, um, so it was a rough climb. So actually, um as of June 13th of 2024 is my actual sober date. That is when I stopped drinking, I stopped drugging, I stopped everything except for smoking weed because that's something. Whoa, sorry, dog bumped the table. That's something I'll never quit. That's something I need. But on that ride, never craved alcohol, so that alcohol wasn't a problem. The drugs weren't a problem at that. It's people, places, and things, right? So I dropped every person that I ever communicated with that had anything to do with that. Places, I didn't go to the bars anymore. I went to work, came home, lifted weights. I kept myself busy with my art and stuff. And then in 2023, I'm skipping ahead here. October 23rd. No, I almost forgot. October 25th, 2023. Well, I was working. That's right. I am skipping ahead. I was working for a company. I don't think legally I can say names right now because it's still all in court. But if you know me, it was the company I was last working for, and it has a fluorescent green sweatshirt I wore just on purpose in the other video. But anyway, I was working for them, and I was up 18 feet in the air, replacing fascia and soffit on an older building. We were renovating it. And I was running a string line from the left to right, and the string line got caught, and it was wrapped around my finger. So my finger's getting yanked. So I let off the throttle. I unhook my lanyard to come over the other side, and I smashed against this side. And when I came backwards, fucker still wrapped around my finger. I fell right out the door. Now that's what they're proving in court, is that the latch faulted and came open. And I fell right out the door. So like I said, I unhooked to get my finger unhooked because it cut. I have scars. It cut right into my finger. The string line did. Fucking wrapped around. It cut right in. They had to pull it out of my finger. My superintendent did. So fell backwards, and I landed on a natural gas pipe coming out of the building. I broke my pelvis completely in half. I fractured 3 vertebrae and broke a couple ribs, and fucking almost cut my finger completely off. So I was in intensive care in Syracuse for 11 days. I had surgery right away. I mean, it was completely broken in half. Excuse me. Felt like 2 rubber gloves or rubber boots. Where you ever wear rubber boots, like as a kid or out on a farm? Excuse me, hiccups. When they're wet and the 2 rubbers and they rub together. Okay, picture that sound and that feeling. That's what your cartilage feels like when it's ripped apart and you try to walk. Because when my adrenaline was up, I tried to get up and walk. And you just felt that shit rip right apart with a fucking burning sensation. So I had to have surgery done. I was in there for 11 days. Now I got a C-section like a female. Fucking. And I have some other issues going on internally from that. Like I said, I can't discuss a lot of this because it's still in court. I sued. I sued. So from 2000, let me tell you this. This is crazy, man. This is fucking fucked up, man. So I get hurt. A year goes by. Okay. Now I'm sober because I told you about June 2024. Then I got sober completely. No drinking, none of that shit. At that point, I was sober. I was still drinking. I don't want to make it sound like I was doing drugs and shit then. I wasn't. I was still drinking after work and shit. But so I went in and had a meeting with the owners and asked them what, I want to try to come back. I didn't want to be disabled at 44. You know, like I knew I was in shitload of pain and it hurt like a fuck. Where what am I gonna do with myself sitting around? You know what I mean? I'm in my head enough. The last thing I'm gonna do is sit here every day the rest of the day of my life. So I asked him, my dad was a union guy. My dad taught me long ago, as soon as you lawyer up, you're done. You're blackballed, and they're done with you. But they looked me right in the face, shook my hand, and told me, Rusty, your job's right here with us. So I fucking fell for it, the idiot that I am, and I went back. They kept me for a week and let me go. Made the phone call on Friday, they did. They made the girl do it, the secretary or whatever she is in the office. They made the girl do it. The fucking pussies wouldn't do it themselves. They had her call and tell me that they don't have any work for me anymore. Mind you, I was doing jobs on my own, but they don't have any work for me now. And as they're telling me this female's telling me this, there's 2 brand new guys that just got hired, never worked a day in the company in their life till the day they were brought to that job. Words right out of their mouth, but they didn't have anything for me. Now, okay, so fuck them, right? Here you go, NTC. But little did I know that making that mistake, now once I went to work and got off workers' comp, you can't go back on workers' comp. I didn't know this. So here's Rusty with 1 paycheck, no workers' comp, can't get unemployment because I haven't had enough months consecutive because I've been off, right? So, fuck, what do I do? Not a fucking clue. I didn't know. I had not a fucking clue what to do. No one to call. No family to call. Mind you, my married cousin, I'm dead to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, no one to call. I didn't know what the fuck to do. It was the scariest time of my life. Fuck the drugs and shit. This was the scariest time of my life. It was called survival. I was literally fucking using my heat out of the oven and propane with this modular heater to heat my house because I didn't know I could get benefits. At that time, I had no fucking clue that I could get that. I've worked my whole I didn't know that. I've never heard it SNAP and fuck. I didn't know anything about that. So the first fucking year was rough. I'm talking barely surviving rough. Sometimes I couldn't have my kid come because I didn't have anything for him. Kristen's the only one who knows about this shit because I had to tell her. She wasn't mean about it. She felt bad for me. I didn't know because I never had anyone tell me that. No one explains that to you. Oh yeah, just go. So what I did is where I'm going with this is how else do you survive? You got to sell shit you have, right? I sold my fucking car to my neighbor for $1,000 so I could continue to live. Yeah. So what do you do now, Russ, if you do end up finding a job or something, or you need to go anywhere? Mind you, I didn't have a license anyway and couldn't drive because of the whole accident thing and since then. But when you get better, you can't drive now either. But that's what I had to do to survive. To get my kid Christmas, I sold my fucking car. To get groceries, to make it fucking dog food, I sold my car for dirt cheap to my neighbor because I was that hard up. I look back now and I'm just like, man, if there's any sort of people that, fuck, dude, you know what? Speaking of, the system's not fucking easy either. Let's speak about that. All the people that are like, they just get handed their money and they sit at home all week. Do you know what the fuck they got to go through to get that money, motherfuckers? Holy fuck. I used to be one of the ones that run their mouth about them until I found out what it's like to have to go through to receive that shit. Constantly. It's a fucking nightmare, dude. And when it shuts down, you talk to computers. It's not something that, you're out of fuel. Fuck, we'll come fill that. No. It takes about a month for your benefits and shit to kick back in. Okay? And there's no one to turn to. Darkest time of my fucking life, dude. Darkest time. I felt so worthless. But you want to know what, motherfuckers? Still never used in that time period. Those were dark days. Now I look at it like, Everything happens for a reason. My mom always said that shit, man. Everything happens for a reason. I doubt it with her dying. I still haven't found that reason, but I believe she's right with that. I mean, literally, I was asked out, lost this house, and that went through. You know, I didn't think Christmas was going to happen. Sold the car, made it all happen. Like Rush, you know, like he knows nothing about, you know, like I made it all happen. You have to walk to the store, go do this, go do your laundry and shit. I still do it. I'm here. And I still got a smile on my face. What I've decided to do, I mean, you're pretty much caught up. You know, this is the rest. You know, I have plans for when my settlement does come through. Dream Designs, we're coming to design. I'm gonna epoxy, anything epoxy, floors, countertops, the river tables like I do. I'm gonna continue my artwork, and I'm gonna start my own store. Dream Designs, my own business. And I'm gonna be happy doing what I do. And I've decided I'm going to keep you all involved. I'm going to start dropping every day. You know, I'm going to carry on about these subjects, about the struggles, news topics about this, about people that are struggling. I want people to reach out, use these comments, use the community section. I'm here, man. I've done enough dirt and evil to the world. I just want to help. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I have a lot to get started. If you want to reach out, please use the comments, man. I'm here. I don't turn anyone away. I've had people turn for me. I will never turn my back on anyone because I've been there and didn't have anyone. I got to get these dogs out. But spread this word. I'll be dropping every day. This is Rusty. Peace.